Gundam.tk presents Master Grade Age-1 Titus. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2 R's 2 B's from GundamReviews.net, and the Master Grade Age-1 Titus. You've already seen the unbox. Lots of great stuff around the packaging. Incredible packaging. Very well done, Bandai. Great manual, and you can see from the plates, these parts are going to be repetitive from what we've already seen with the Master Grade Age-1 Normal, but now it's time to check out the Titus parts and just see the differences and see what we can see with the Sparrow coming up. No multicolored A-plate here. Remember, you're going to be getting a lot of colors, but they're all spread out so that you can get them amongst the 3 wears. You can see the parts that you're going to need to put together that very impressive looking chest. Lots of great lining opportunities there. The sides of the shoulders, the spoiler for the old race car, and to compare that to the Age-1 Normal, all that you're missing over here is the Dodge shield and these 2 shoulder parts, which are going to be red for the Titus, but they are going to go back to being blue for the Sparrow. Yes, toppling Gundams are a hazard of the trade. This is the Age-1 Normal's B-plate here in red. You can see that you're going to have the feet down there, but otherwise for this one you're just going to have the waist section and that part for the waist again, and then this part giving you the under eyes and the goatee. The C-plates are identical for the Normal and the Titus, as you've got those great looking vents there with no need to line or anything because they're all cut out properly, those waist parts that are in common, and this very nice deep neck protector. They do change the D-plates with the Normal needing these parts for the Dodge rifle and the Titus just needing these for the A and the eyes. Identical E-plates, which is great because you are going to be getting 4 Flit Asinos in here, which is a real bonus. You've got them in his regular yellow civilian clothes if you want to paint those up there, and you're also going to have all those quality parts that we're used to for the face mask and for that part that's going to hold the camera lens, along with the side of the head. Identical F-plates, which are going to make up the parts for the chest, the head, and the waist for the inner frame to go along with those nice little details that we get with the race car spoiler backpack. But now all of those parts from the Normal are going to be replaced with these ones that are exclusive to the Titus. Starting with a monstrous G-plate here, you've got G1 and G2, which are going to give you all the parts for the feet. Some very cool looking things there. You can see that there's hollow parts there for the shoulders, good little details on the waist skirts if you want to put in lining. I'll have to decide if I go with brown or black for that. You can see the parts that are going to go onto the hands. They should have the gray parts that are going to make the Titus arms look so impressive. These parts are going to plug into the shoulders instead of the blue ones for the Normal, and overall just everything seems to look oversized and comic-y. The white parts are going to wrap up the colorful section of the Titus, if you want to call it that, and you can see the parts there for the thighs and the arms, and you are going to have that bonus again of the 2 flits here, so you could have 6 with just the purchase of 2 Master Grades. It's sort of disappointing that the Advanced Grade didn't have all of these color wraps, and that's something that's certainly not going to be an issue with this Master Grade. 2 plates of inner frame here with the eye plates giving you the parts you're going to need for the waist. You can see all these details here for the arms. Amazing that they put in all of these opportunities to put in paint. If you wanted to paint this up and have some clear parts somehow, I'm sure that'll be a convention exclusive sometime on top. You could really make this guy shine. You've got lining opportunities everywhere, even though they're hardly ever going to get used. Some big looking parts there, and these shoulders are just incredibly impressive compared to the hollow red spheres that they could be. The J-plate again is going to impress with the details here. You can see where the feet are going to hook on with these unique attachment points, very similar to the high grade. Again, details all over the place, inside and out for this inner frame. So it's almost going to be a shame to cover it up, but something that some people may want to cover up, or I wonder if Bandai's going to offer B-Club replacements if you want to go spend 3,000 yen for that kind of thing. Here you're going to get the parts. The thumbs are going to be unique. You've got these parts here that are going to plug in at the end of the thumbs. You've got the parts that hold them together. Great that they do those details there. 2 parts actually for the gray. The Titus having those parts in gray certainly makes the hands more noticeable. It's these fingers, which are oversized, cartoony. These ones I'm probably hardly ever going to use. The closed fists make a lot of sense, and these ones for grasping. Everything looks good. It's just, again, compared to something like Victory Gundam where you don't really notice the 4 parts, just swapping them out and being solid. Here somewhere you don't need a 3-finger trigger figure split because there's no guns to speak of. But how nice would it be that with something this large, it's very easy for Bandai to take this and actually put on all the joints for all the fingers. You could have the Titus grasping everything with everything being articulated, and it just seems like a lost opportunity, although it certainly will help keep it at the 3,500 yen price point. Last but not least, the K-plates are going to give you the bonuses of the beam lariats, although these shouldn't really be considered bonuses here for a Master Grade model, but it's incredible details here, like the fact that you've got these things, they're not filled in completely like the high grade. You've actually got hollow parts here that you can put your fingers in here and here, and you have these little pink parts here with these little ripple effects. They look like sound beams or something, or sound waves or things like that. Incredible that you've got these details, so you're actually going to have hollow beams that look like they're being generated outwards. And because they do have this indent here, they should lock into place whether they're on the left or right arm. The K3 parts are going to provide 14 layers of pain coming out of the shoulders and the knees. They're all interchangeable. You can swap them all out there. And you actually have this part down here at the bottom, K5, cut that off, and you can put them all in when they're not in use, which is just going to keep things easier in your Ziploc bag or wherever you store your extras. Polycaps 207 here, and don't expect any beam sabers. To the seals and decals, where you're going to have the choice again of using those clear green parts and putting this under the eyes, this part under the top of the camera lens, and this part under the A. I wonder if I'm going to do this one. You don't really have a choice here, but because I used these on the previous Age-1 normal, I may just go ahead and actually try using these seals to see how they look. I suppose I've got 3 cracks at this. When you look at the rest of the decals here, these are the Gundam markers, and you can put on some cool looking corporal stripes there or whatever you want. You've got these white parts, little tick marks down there to go along with the yellow which should look good against the red. But here we have the more familiar marking seals, which are going to give you some white parts there. You do have these red details. I wondered if I was actually going to put these on the Age-1 normal, and I never got around to it, as is usual for me. So sadly, they're probably not going to get used, but dry transfers I'm always a fan of, so it's nice to see those, and they could actually add a little bit of visual punch. Pardon the pun. From the unboxing, I've got to say I'm really happy about pretty much everything. Those are your repetitive parts. You could think of that as just being 2 plates if you put them all together. So that's less than a typical 3-plate high grade, whereas all of this is going to be new with lots of interesting inner frame, 2 plates of it. The fingers are going to disappoint, although they do look pretty good. It's just a lot of people wish they would have the articulation on there, and I can understand how they feel. The shoulders look to have tons of details in there. The white should look good all over the place. Remember, that's the thing that the advanced grade is missing. And the effect parts, it's just a great plate that you're going to be getting here. It does seem a little bit strange to be building a Gundam that doesn't have beam sabers and a backpack and any sort of weapons whatsoever, but this guy's going to look at you and say, hey, who needs any more weapons than these? And he can even add some more pain coming out of his knees. So that's going to wrap up my introduction. You've seen the unbox and the plates now, but now it's time to put the Titus together. Can't wait to get him next to the Age-1 normal. And of course the Sparrow. I wonder if we're just going to be getting a big A plate for the Sparrow. I haven't seen if the plates have actually come out from one of the Japanese bloggers online yet. Looking forward to seeing that, but of course we should be getting an all-new inner frame for its legs to go along with some more gray and blue. I wonder if they will just add in a whole nother plate and keep that A1 just combined to the chest and waist. Anyway, all speculation for now, but why don't you let me know what you think of these plates? Is it too repetitive for you, or is this enough? And always, I love to hear what you think about the video. Anyway, everybody, Master Grade Age Gundam. Of course, I'm just ecstatic to have another lead. Can't wait to have it. This one isn't going to be as iconic as the Age-1 normal, which I'm going to consider the lead. But hey, to have the more the merrier, all beside each other. Can't wait to have, 8 new Gundams, leads and wares and variations from Gundam Age. It's just going to make the shelf look that much better. And somebody brought up, yes, a new Gundam World Cup. The Age 3 would certainly have to be in it. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. See you next time.